Friends, hello to another edition of Going Broke in the Stock Market on a Daily Basis, because this market is terrible. I really do miss the market that we had just a year ago, the bull market of a certain somebody, but I won't go into that. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So obviously the stock market is just, 2 weeks ago we had a really high and everybody's like, it looks like things are coming around here. Now we are having death knock at the door again and saying, hey, guess what? The bear market didn't go anywhere. And everything across the board right now is taking a hit. What we gained, we have lost, and what we gained from the loss of that loss, we have lost even more. If that even makes sense, we're so down in the dumps right now, it's pathetic. So I'll be quiet before I get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble in here. But let's talk about Vinco Ventures here. So Vinco has not been doing good as of lately. It's kind of hard to say that because there's two different scenarios right now with Vinco Ventures. There's a scenario of a lot of people think this is going to be a little baby AMC GameStop situation here. Possibly could be. There's no reason it couldn't be because a lot of hedge funds are betting against it. Quarterlies came out, were not that good. We missed a lot of places we were wanting to be, and the stock's just been falling apart with the market. It's had no support whatsoever. But you know what? We've been here before with Vinco Ventures. This is not a new book. It's just another page we're on here. So personally, I'm not going to give my sales pitch here on Vinco Ventures. If you've been here with me, we've been talking about Vinco Ventures for over a year now. I still think this is a company that is in the very young stage of getting its, four legs up and walking here. It's got a lot of different places it's in, from crypto, from the Lemotive, and a bunch of other handful of companies. If you know, you know. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to bore you, and that's not what we're talking about. But obviously, when we look at this stock chart just the last month, we've taken a plunge. Just on March 29th, when we had that really good week in the market, we hit almost a 340 range. We actually hit like a 350 range after hours, but obviously it was after hours and it did not capture that on this chart. But since that, we have had just terrible news in the market. The Ukraine-Russian situation is not getting any better, it's getting worse. And things over here in the good old USA are, they're not doing well either. Inflation keeps getting worse. We're talking about the housing market crash still that could possibly take place any time now. And the Democrats are freaking out because they are trying to find a way to win this November election, which it doesn't look like they're going to, but more than likely they're going to try to buy your vote with canceling student loan or sending you monthly checks for your kids. So we'll see how that plays out. So a few articles have come out here as of late with Vinco Ventures. They have not been good, I will go ahead and tell you. So if you don't even really want to read them, let me go ahead and tell you the gist of what they are saying. They're betting against Vinco Ventures. They're saying, there's too much going on. They want to see more from the Lemotive side, and that the stock is just too shaky right now. Top analysts to say you should be buying this. So is this terrible? No, it's not terrible. We've seen this time and time again. These articles may think, here's what I'll say about these articles when you see them. They're good for information because a lot of these top analysts, they go in, they run the numbers, they find what's going on, they do the stuff we don't want to do. They put it here on a piece of, a plate, and, you take it, and then here's what I do. I break it down even more, but we see this so much in a lot of these articles. But next week, if Vinco Ventures comes out with some, big deal, or they take on a $2 million a new customer, then they'll start releasing new articles saying, Vinco Ventures, that might be something you really want to look at. So really, it comes down to the sole fact of, what do you think of Vinco Ventures? How much have you dug into it with its crypto side, with the Lemotive situation, with the other platforms that it's involved in, and its little bread and butters coming in here? One thing that I really miss about the bear market that we had, it's taken away something from a lot of us, and here's what it is. A lot of people ask me, why don't I break down charts a lot more? Friends, I don't really break down a lot of charts anymore. I do on particular stocks, but a lot of stocks I don't, because if you look at most given stocks, whether it's a $20 stock or whether it's a $2 stock, a lot of them will follow the same stock pattern. They'll follow the same path because they're just going along with what's going on in our news day by day, from talking about gas, talking about war, talking about whatever Biden's mumbling about in the overall stock market. You know, a year and a half ago, we could look at charts. Charts were telling us a lot more. We could find patterns in a lot of charts. And yes, there's still charts that are doing well. There's still companies that are doing pretty well. And you can see blocks being formed. You can see things being made. But as of right now, you know, we don't know what's coming from one day to the next. You know, we have one maybe good week every few months, and then we fall apart. It just falls apart. So that's really why I'm not looking at a lot of charts here, because why would I? This whole year, mostly what I look at, I dig into what the company's doing and what's coming down the pipeline. When are quarterlies? When is this deal supposed to be signed? When are they doing ABC? Those are things that I'm trying to put out for people to see and read, because, like I said, we're not seeing a lot from charts anymore. Charts are not really doing much in a bear market. But friends, to wrap this up, what I'll say is I love Finical Ventures. I love what it is. It's down the dumps. We've been here before with this company. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, I understand. I get it. You know, everything is a risk right now in this market, and there's probably still going to be a lot more bad times to come. You know, we still have 3-4 years of the situation that we're in right now. I think I'm putting this on pretty thick here. You get what I'm saying. So I don't know when this bear market is going to end. And everyone is saying this, whether, you know, like I said on one of my last videos, whether it's me, a very small YouTuber, or it's Meet Kevin, we're all saying the same things. This market is so unpredictable, and this time that we're in right now, it just sucks. It sucks to, you know, really invest. When you think you're buying low, you're actually buying pretty high, because there's going to be about, 3 more weeks of it going even lower. And that's what we're seeing right now. So friends, I'm bullish on this. I think this is probably a good time to buy in. I'm going to be honest. We could definitely see this get torn apart a little more. Finical Ventures has gone down more than this and has recovered from even these stages. But there's still news coming down the pipeline with, other deals they have coming up. The crypto situation, and seeing where investors can push this to on an organic stage. So friends, with all that said, remember, be positive, be you, take time to invest in your future, and friends, I will talk to you very soon. Bye everyone.